Hey everyone, Justin from Qore Performance here, coming to you live from our IceAge studios here in Sterling, Virginia, with a quick instruction and setup video for our all-new IceVents Classic chest rig ventilation pads. In this video, we're going to cover what's in the box, how they work, how to set them up, and some basic care instructions. Let's get started. All right, let's get started with what's in the box. So what you're going to find is two IceVents Classic chest rig ventilation pads in your packaging, and you're going to see that they're going to come with one of these hang tags here. Okay, and these hang tags are new for 21, and they have a QR code on the back along with some basic instructions. These QR codes will take you directly to our instructions page, where there's instructions for every product. That's probably how you got here now, but just wanted to cover that real quick. So the first thing you're going to do is remove your hang tag. And of course, like we never leave you guys hanging, the hang tag actually is 2 stickers. So you're going to want to hang on to that. So then you're going to find your 2 IceVents Classic chest rig ventilation pads. And that's it. Super simple. All right, next we're going to talk about how IceVents work. So IceVents Classic, that's this shape, is used for all kinds of things. We do plate carrier pontoons, we do shoulder pads, we do belt pads with this one shape. Very, very useful. It is patented, and we're very, very proud of how useful this shape has proven to be. So we do have a dedicated video on how IceVents work, the technology behind them, but the bottom line up front is that IceVents are made out of a proprietary Stimulite technology that is antimicrobial at the molecular level and is completely hydrophobic. And what that means is it has incredible hydrolysis resistance. It's not going to be able to absorb or retain water. That's very, very important in gear, obviously, because as you absorb and retain water, you are carrying around extra weight. And we all know how ounces equal pounds and pounds equal pain. So IceVents are designed to basically stay roughly the same weight your entire mission. Okay, no, it doesn't matter how much you sweat, doesn't matter how much you're in the water. These things are going to stay really, really close to their dry open box weight. Antimicrobial at the molecular level is also super important. That's something that conventional foam and traditional padding just cannot match. And that means that the surface at the molecular level of our Stimulite is totally hostile to anything growing on it, okay? Which means your pads are going to stay more hygienic and you're going to stay cleaner and safer. It also means the stuff's not going to stink. You just don't really have to care for it because it's antimicrobial at the molecular level. So super, super useful there. But perhaps maybe the most useful thing day to day is that IceVents allow for omnidirectional ventilation even while under load. So you can compress them with up to 5,000 pounds of force and they're still able to facilitate ventilation. There's really nothing else out there like it that's going to have that capability. Foam can't do it. Really nothing else can. So if you guys need more, we'll put a link to our IceVents, how IceVents work video in the show notes down below, and you guys can check that out. But one other thing that we did want to clarify is that because IceVents facilitate ventilation, that's technically evaporative cooling. But a lot of people have some misconceptions about what evaporative cooling is. They think that it makes you feel cold, but we really need to revisit the definition, the physics definition of what cooling means to really be able to frame that properly. And what cooling is it's actually the removal of heat. It doesn't necessarily mean you always feel cold. Evaporative cooling doesn't remove quite as much energy as conductive cooling the way that our ice plate does. But it is very, very useful because it's a passive technology. And so it can work in a lot of different climates. But again, which one is going to be best for you, which combination is going to depend on your mission set, what your application is, where you're operating, the climate, etc., how much gear you're wearing, all kinds of stuff. We've got lots of resources on that on our IceAge Insights blog as well as our YouTube channel. So that's just a quick dive into how they work. And next we're going to get into how to set them up. All right, so now we're going to get into how to set up your IceVents Classic chest rig ventilation pads. It's super, super easy because they come bonded with this permanently attached hook receptive loop fabric directly to our Stimulite material. Super, super easy. Gone are the days of the adhesive strips. Now you'll notice that this hook receptive loop fabric is not loop Velcro. The reason we did that is because it breathes better, it's lighter, it doesn't absorb as much water. The breathability is key because that is the whole point of IceVents after all. So all you do is take them out of the box or out of the packaging. You remove your loop-covered hook cover that comes on pretty much every chest rig. Feel free to stack any way you need to. We have an IceVent or a Ice Shield Plus hand warmer here. So then you just stick them onto the hook field on the back of your chest rig and you're done. It's that simple. Now, remember that because this hook receptive loop fabric is not quite as strong as loop Velcro, we did that for a reason, again, for breathability. Okay, what IceVents classic chest rig ventilation pads do is they depend on and leverage, okay, the compressive force of the chest rig against your body, and then that combined with the adhesion of the hook receptive loop and then the hook on your chest rig is what holds them in place. They'll be totally fine and good to go. Just letting you know to set expectations. Okay, it's not going to be quite as strong, but again, that trade-off was made for breathability. That's pretty much it. So now we're going to dive into care instructions. Care instructions for your IceVents Classic chest rig ventilation pads. Super, super simple. As mentioned at the start of the video, because IceVents are antimicrobial at the molecular level, you basically don't have to do anything. If for whatever reason you get them filthy, you got gunk on them, whatever, vomit from the previous night's party, then you just go ahead and run some hot soapy water over them and then rinse them off with tap water and let them hang dry and you're good to go. Again, super, super easy. That is your IceVents Classic chest rig ventilation pads instructions and setup. Hope that was helpful. Again, if you guys have any questions, hit us up in the comments below. Shoot us an email or a DM. You guys know we get back to you. We also have a live chat that we staff during business hours on our website. Thanks so much. Stay frosty.